This is Red Carpet Fly's News on the Fly, bringing you daily, unique, and interesting entertainment, celebrity, and luxury news. Before we get started, you know what to do. Like, follow, and subscribe to Red Carpet Fly, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single News on the Fly episode. I just want to take this time to send out prayers to the friends and families of the 10 victims in the Buffalo, New York mass shooting. If you don't know, a white supremacist went to a low-income grocery store in a black neighborhood and live streamed and shot and killed 10 people. These types of terrorist attacks seem to be happening more frequently, and it's very frustrating and a sad situation. It's baffling to me how these type of terrorist groups aren't at the top of the FBI watch list. I feel like these types of mass shootings in black communities happen at least once every year or 2 years, maybe more frequently. Anyway, I just wanted to send condolences to the friends and families in Buffalo. Let's get into these headlines. So, have you guys been watching the Wendy Williams show? If you have, then you know that they're still doing their guest rotation. And last week, it was Michelle Visage and Leah Remini. And fans of the Wendy Williams show came for their throats. Leah and Michelle are great hosts, and they don't mind getting personal and sharing personal stories about their kids, husbands, and just overall personal life. Michelle and Leah are friends in real life, and they're very personable and entertaining, but if you've been watching, you know it takes them a long time to get to the hot topics. You know, it's customary on the Wendy Williams show to riff a bit and share a little bit about your personal lives, but you better get to those hot topics, okay? Sometimes these ladies get so wrapped up in sharing their personal stories that they don't get to the hot topics at all. Now, I started noticing this back when they first started hosting on the Wendy Williams show, and I just dismissed it because, you know, every host brings a different style and energy, right? Well, I guess a lot of the fans of the Wendy Williams show have noticed, and they've been sounding off. I think last week, the ladies were on the show and they were just chit-chatting away, and Norman, who is the PA and unofficial sidekick to Wendy Williams, tried to gently guide the ladies to talk about the hot topics, and fans took notice. I mean, I noticed too, but again, I dismissed it. Unhappy Wendy fans took to Twitter to voice their dismay, and one person tweeted, "Why is Norman doing the hot topics?" Another Twitter user tweeted, "Be gone," in reference to Michelle and Leah hosting the show. I don't know what it is about these two, but they always get a lot of comments about their hosting style when they're on there. The ladies shared these tweets on last Thursday's show. To be perfectly honest, I think Michelle is the more professional host than Leah. And don't get me wrong, I think Leah is good, but I don't think she's watching the cues the crew is giving her, and I don't think she's watching the time. And these daytime shows, you know, they got flows to them. Michelle is used to, you know, the flow of TV and hosting because she's a host on RuPaul's Drag Race. Also, Leah keeps it all the way real, maybe too real. In a cooking segment, she voiced her displeasure for the chef's food, even as going as far to say that she didn't want to eat his food. She kind of tried to clean it up by saying that she didn't want to insult him if she doesn't like the food, which is why she didn't want to eat it, but I think the damage was already done. She curses and she cuts people off in the middle of them talking. She's my type of girl. See, I like this type of person because I know they're straight shooters, but it's not good for daytime TV. Michelle is really good at trying to be a good friend and kind of rein in Leah a little bit, but I don't know if it helps that much. These ladies took the mean tweets in stride and were good sports about it, but you could tell it kind of got under Leah's skin a bit. My prediction is that they aren't going to come back to host the show again, or their guest hosting time is going to be severely cut short. Have you guys seen Michelle and Leah hosting the Wendy Williams show and seeing their shenanigans? I mean, am I the only one watching? If you've been watching, let me know in the comments what you think about Michelle and Leah as guest hosts. New music alert, new music alert, new music alert. So, the long-awaited Kendrick Lamar album has dropped, and I believe it dropped last Thursday. The album is called Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, and I have been hearing that it was going to drop for a while. I thought it was going to be on Friday, but I guess, not this Friday, but I thought it was going to be last Friday, but I guess Kendrick wanted to keep the element of surprise. So as to be expected, the album is already getting a lot of buzz and has people talking. He already had people talking when he dropped that deep fake video where he morphs into OJ, Kanye, Jussie Smollett, and Nipsey Hussle's faces. Well, according to Billboard, Kendrick has a new song on the album called Father Time where he dresses the Drake and Ye reconciliation, and he's slightly confused by it. On the album track, Father Time, featuring Sampha, the Los Angeles native takes a good hard look at himself and explores the long ingrained daddy issues that have both fueled him and held him back. When Kanye got back with Drake, I was slightly confused, he raps. I guess I'm not as mature as I think, got some healing to do. The lyric is telling because Drake and Ye's reconciliation actually confused a lot of people, mainly because it was so quick. After decades of feuding, it seemed like they were able to just look over their issues and come together for the Free Larry Hoover benefit concert. Anywho, have you guys heard the album yet? If so, comment below and let me know what songs are hot. I've only heard like maybe 1 or 2 songs from the record. Lastly, where are my Dune fans at? Dune Part 2 has been greenlit and Christopher Walken is to play the Emperor in the sequel for Legendary and Warner Brothers. According to a Deadline report, Walken is to join the all-star ensemble that includes Timothée Chalamet, Rebecca Ferguson, Zendaya, and Josh Brolin, who are all expected to reprise their roles, as well as Florence Pugh and Justin Butler, who are also recently announced. Production is to start in the fall, with the film set to release on October 20th, 2023. First of all, how old is Walken? I feel like he's a million years old and he's been in Hollywood forever. You know what? I actually looked it up and Christopher Walken is actually 79 years old. But is it just me or he looks a lot older? Maybe he just seems older because he stays working and he's always in front of the camera. So did you guys see the first Dune? I planned on watching it, especially since it was available on HBO after its theatrical debut. But what happened was I was trying to watch it with my sister and dad because that's my little movie crew or clique. And we could never find a time where we were all together and had just uninterrupted time to see this movie. And see, that's why you really shouldn't have a movie crew, because I missed this movie and it was only available on HBO for a limited time. Anyway, do you guys plan on seeing Dune 2? Comment below and let me know. Bonus story, because I'm feeling a little bit energized. Have y'all heard about people coming for the comedian Affion Crockett because he allegedly does an impersonation of the late Kevin Samuels, the controversial relationship guru? Well, it's not really an impersonation, according to Affion. It's a character and it's not based on Kevin Samuels. I first heard about this story on Comedy Hype and I thought it was interesting because people, mainly Kevin Samuels stans, are demanding that Affion retire the character. Which is crazy because 1, who are you to tell someone what to do with their craft? And 2, he doesn't have to answer to anyone. People are really out here doing the most. It has gotten so bad that Affion has actually made an official statement on his Instagram account. Again, he says the character isn't based on Kevin Samuels and he doesn't plan on retiring the character. However, if I'm being totally honest, I've seen some of the sketches and to me it's a dead ringer for Kevin Samuels impersonation, but that's just me. Anyways, my stance is that Affion does not have to do anything in regards to Kevin Samuels, and I think that the Kevin Samuels stans are wrong for even coming at Affion. People are really out of pocket these days and feel like they can just regulate what you're trying to do as a creative, especially if you're a comedian. I really encourage you guys to watch Comedy Hype to get all the details about the story and the varying comedian opinions, but I just think it's really crazy the type of regulation people or the public are placing on creatives, especially comedians. Fun fact, I actually met him in downtown LA in a parking garage as he was walking to Bottega Louie, which is a very fancy Italian restaurant. He was a really cool guy and he was down to earth, not Hollywood at all, which was refreshing. Anyway, comment below and let me know what you guys think about this story. Well, that's it for Red Carpet Fly's News on the Fly. Please like, follow, subscribe, and share our YouTube channel, Red Carpet Fly, and also follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Red Carpet Fly. And until tomorrow, always stay fly.